Right, man. Hopefully things have gone slightly more to plan because it has been very laggy for the last two attempts. Hopefully none of you had to witness that if you did join, but let's hope this works. What's happening? What's good? It's been a while. What's what's popping? We're literally about to kick off. I just got a hold of a feed there. I figured I might as well cover this one because it has been a while. It's been pretty much since the 14th of last month. A lot of stuff has happened. That's all I really need to say. But we're just gonna, we're going to try. We're going to try. How you doing? We always shout out the first few that are in. How you doing, Rab? Nice to see you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm doing relatively okay. I'll touch on it a bit more as people come in. How you doing? Looking nice to see you as well, Caden. Hope you're doing well as well, lad. Hope you're alright. Likewise with you guys. How you doing, Michael? How you doing, everyone else? Hopefully we've got a good game of football at play. Like I said, I'm sorry for the late start. It's been very shit trying to get everything up and running, but we will be covering both games today. So I've got both feeds of Motherwell and Celtic, obviously, as well as Rangers and Falkirk, because both games still do have a dramatic effect on the title race. But we'll quickly run into this because the lineups are about to get underway. Let's touch on the basics because the basics are very straightforward for us. The lineup, I don't like the fact that Schmeichel started. Sanasalo should have got in between the sticks, but I don't really mind the fact that Sriracha starts. Don't know what Donovan needs to do to get ahead of Ralston. Ralston clearly has Nudzi Rogers in some form or another, but I like the midfield. The fact that McCowan comes in is quite nice. It would have made more sense for Bernardo to start on the other side, but Rio starts there instead with McGregor playing central, and of course that familiar front three that should be good enough to get the job done with Tunekti, Iniacho, and of course Daizen Maeda as well. For Motherwell, it's a pretty straightforward lineup. They've got Stan Abordalis up front, which is a pretty big threat for them. Manuel Hisse, and as well as Charles Cook, and I mean, I know it's Syed, but I'm just going to call him Said because it's funny. We've got Watt, Fadinger, or Fadinger, I'm not sure, I'm going to guess Fadinger. They've obviously got Big Paul McGinn. Don't really know who that is, but I'm just going to call him L. Kutrinumbus, Gordon, and of course Ward in between the sticks. But we'll get us a refresh because we have kicked off and we're already kind of playing some football, so that will be an interesting to see how this one goes up. Like I said, I'm sorry for the lack of, preparation for this. I suppose, you know what I mean. We just got things going. We hope this game is going to get postponed. I think most people would be in the same type of boat, to be honest with you. Like it's one of those ones, but I still need to fix some shit, so do bear with me. Like I said, because I had to try and get everything sorted kind of last second because I could not get a feed for whatever fucking reason, but we do have one, so it's not so bad. Although I do need to kind of back out to the side so I can see what's going on here. I love when everything lags and doesn't work for whatever reason. Or you're kidding me. Literally the second that I go, that's when the feed stops working. I am fucking sick and tired of it doing this. Bear with me. We do have like a play-by-play on the other side, but everything is just being exceptionally slow, which is always nice and fun. And I did have a feed, but it's chose to vanish with a vengeance. So that's fun. We always love when it does shit like this. Oh my god, that is so nice, fun. Literally had everything up and running as well, but I guess we're just going to have to do this in like little kind of segments, I suppose. That'll be fun and interesting. We'll give the other one a refresh so we can keep a tab on that as well. Because like I said, this one still does have kind of ramifications for the rest of the season as well, to be quite frankly honest. It will be an interesting one to see how it plays out, but once again, the feeds have to be depressingly bad and not work, which is always fun. It's just really fucking sad how it does this every single time without fail. Bruh, you're fucking kidding me. Well, nonetheless, we'll try, right? It's a poor foul giveaway. They're going to try and swing it high up here, and to be fair, could be awkward. Get it down, don't fuck it up. McGregor, he's pulled it back towards himself, and it's given Motherwell a chance to break. We're not doing this, man. Played into space, there's a cut across potentially on for Motherwell, and that was an early chance. First one has to go the way of the Steelmen, it has to be said. It's a good clearance in the end from, I think it was Scales, but case in point, I have to be a bit more switched on. It went from very boring basic stuff to one quick counter attack. There's another break forward for Motherwell. They're trying their best. It's hooked up again. It's very awkward and all over the place. But like I said, it's going to be one of those where it's going to be hard to pick out specific aspects of this game. It will be interesting to watch, you know what I mean? Nice to see you as well, Ard. I hope you will. So Celtic can turn the season around starting today. By their standards, it's been diabolical. You're not wrong, the man for all seasons, but nonetheless, we have to try. There is a half chance for Celtic on the edge of there. Oh, good interception chance. It's another poor giveaway. Get on your feet, and he actually stays on his feet, and it's a chance. Good save. It's a brilliant save as well. It has to be said by Ward. There's Celtic's first chance of the game, less than a minute and a half after Motherwell's, and I'll tell you what, it was a much better one on paper. It was a poor giveaway in the midfield. Oh, it's a fucking excellent stop for Ward, in fairness, man. Goalkeepers seem to have the games of their seasons against us, man. The same way Braga midweek, to be honest. But I think since a few more people are in here, I can touch on what's actually happened over the last 2-3 weeks. We'll start with the basics. I'm single now. That's fun. Fantastic. Also, I went in for emergency surgery and I now have an 8-inch scar across my stomach. So, yeah, I had to miss out a few match days because I was quite literally incapacitated. So that was enjoyable. That's why I'm not really as animated today. Or realistically, you won't see me as animated. So you have to go with that. If your phone's buffering, Michael, just get a refresh and it should fix itself, hopefully. Josh Clark, rest in peace. Damn straight, man. Damn straight, Neil. Like I said, this game's going to be very open based on the first few minutes that we've seen. Motherwell had a good chance early on with that ball into the box, and then, to be fair, Celtic respond almost immediately in kind, and there's another chance for us to break if the movement's there. The ball across is very poor at best, but still intercepted comfortably enough by McCowan. Played out towards that left-hand side. There could be a switch on, but he just goes direct, gets it in central. It's not the greatest pass in, but it falls out for real edge of the area. Dyson has it. Good feet to hold himself up. But he's put under some good pressure there from their full-back. McCowan cuts it back towards Carter Vickers. Played in towards space. There could be an interesting touch across. Respectable enough. How's your control connected? Decent. Stand your man up and take him on. Gets past McGinn, has to cut back across, and a very, very good wee touch actually, in fairness, from the Tunisian. Gets it towards Scales. He'll have to play it safe and go back towards Carter. I'm good, honestly. It was just one of those ones, Caden, where basically, yeah, my insides just decided to fail me. That was a good attempted pass into space. Motherwell look a wee bit under pressure, but calmly cleared away in the end. Be a slight chase down, but Carter Vickers will just retain it. Calm enough. Dyson isn't the same Dyson. I do agree with that to some extent, but I think it comes with that territory. The fact that he was expecting a move in the summer, and he'll basically be doing what Abada did before he left in January a few seasons ago, where he'll just kind of let his head drop a wee bit and try and force a move out, which again I don't mind as long as he still tries to be professional about it. And Maeda is one of those types. You know, he is very much a professional type of footballer. I don't see him being horribly bad, but I just don't think he'll be at the same consistency levels that we're used to seeing out of him. Well, that's a very big giveaway. Maeda's got the chance, and it's pretty much as soon as we say it, he shows exactly what we do. I mean, he can just show up and get on the edge of attacks, but that was not probably the best example of his shooting ability. It's a good interception, in fairness. A lovely step in for McCowan, and it was kind of a half-hooked shot towards Ward that was kind of calmly dealt with in the end. But Motherwell are basically just playing across their back line. There's not too much else we can really say about the early aspects of this game, let's say. It's an interesting way that we've kind of started this one though, like I said. Good counter-attacking, but seems like it's going to be one of those games where the chances will kind of come in clusters rather than consistently, you know, once every 2-3 minutes. So it'll be like 5 minutes where we don't do anything, and then 2 minutes where we have like 6 shots. It's a slightly poor giveaway, but calmly gathered in the end by Motherwell. They'll just kind of retain it and go again if they can. Like I said, I don't mind the way that we're playing for the most part. I think it's just about how we set up going forward. So, like I said, basic stuff here. We don't want to do anything stupid, especially with the fact that we're not really good when it comes to making a lot of kind of open chances, good chances. Being constantly under pressure is probably not the most ideal thing for Motherwell, let's be honest. That is a good long switch, in fairness, if they've got the touch. Maswahise isn't going to get there, but it's going to be out for a throw-in instead. Because for the most part, it's not a bad start from us. Like I said, besides that early chance it was given away, that was a really weird lag spike. It's just gone back like 30 seconds. That's great. We love that. I don't know. Let's see what's happening in the other games. Let's see if Rangers have managed to get themselves on the board yet. Not the same kind of territory as us. They're not really doing too much in terms of offensive creation. Right, I'm literally watching the same fucking 10-30 second loop now. What the fuck is going? This is what I'm talking about. This is why I hate trying to cover games like this. Yeah, you're still doing the same fucking thing, dickhead. That's not going to help me. Just watching the same fucking 5-6 seconds over and over again. That's fucking great. Maeda isn't a professional at all. Look at Kyogo. But I strongly disagree. Look at Kyogo when he got his way out. This is pretty straightforward. Right, now I'm just watching the same 2-3 fucking things over and over again, man. This is why I fucking hate this shit. Yeah, this might be a scuff stream for sure. Because apparently no feeds exist. I just need to get one that's somewhat actually okay, because I'm getting really fucking fed up with this now. There we go. We got one. Well, there's a chance down that far side. I missed what happened there. Maeda was the one that got into the box, so something had happened. A little unlucky from that aspect, but nonetheless, this one's a lot closer to the time as well, so we should be good for this point. Messi Maeda again, yeah, not the greatest first touch, I'll be honest with you, but promising signs. At least we're doing most of the attacking. That's probably the key thing to take from the opening 10 minutes of this match. Schmeichel just gathers it, spreads it back out towards Kalmak. Let's see where he goes. And central, decent touch for McCowan, should just shimmy it. I like the idea, but it was never really going to work out there, I'll be honest with you. Apparently Rangers had a goal disallowed. The switch of play is good. McGregor again, central, McCowan. Looks for the simple cutback. Rio's basically playing on that far side on the left now. McCowan more or less on the right. Scales, rotates it. Just keeps it calm enough. Here's Sriracha. Not the greatest pass. It's still a bit bobbly there now. Motherwell try their best to clear the lines, and it's a good cut into space. Once again, calmly intercepted by McGregor though. Good opening stint for the skipper. I'll give him credit where it's due. Don't know why the fuck the music is so loud. Just dial that down a tone so it's not as irritating for these. Well, they're just kind of touching on it there. Motherwell are one of the few teams, alongside Celtic and Hearts, that are unbeaten, but Carter Vickers nearly gets caught out by Stanton Ortholis, or that could have been fucked up, man. Never do that again. Maeda does well to retain the ball, holds it up calm enough, just puts it back towards the American. Played out towards that far side, good cut back for Sriracha. There could be a ball forward if Rio wants to look for it. Does eventually pick out Tenecti on that far side. Is he going to run at his man, or is he going to try and cut inside? He's just going down the byline for now. Cuts inside, decent. Not horrible by any extent. It's still dangerous. Get the cross in, lad. You can do this. Tries to be too clever, and tries to be too clever again, and Motherwell will just retain the ball. That was not the best example of the final ball into the box, let's say. Very poor, actually, in all intents and purposes, but nonetheless we move. Ball in, decent, and Iacho's hold-up touch is fucking godlike, but again, for some reason, no communication with that pass back, and nobody tries to step in. It's an easy recovery in the end, actually, when it's all said and done for Motherwell. Good hustling for McGregor, though, that's decent. Big man's playing a good game, got to give it credit. How you doing, Megan? Nice to see you. I missed you, hope you're well. Likewise with you, Megan, I hope you're enjoying yourself. I do apologise, I was explaining beforehand what had happened. I don't know if you'd seen the message that I'd sent you, but to summarise it, went through surgery, nearly died, still alive though, because I'm godlike. we move. But yeah, I would show you the scar, but for obvious reasons it's quite disgusting and it's still not fully healed, so that's all I need to say about it. But yeah, laptosectomy, basically from here to like the bottom of my stomach almost. Was not enjoyable. So I don't want to go into the details of it. You know, it's one of those ones where I'm like, I'd rather forget it ever happened, but yeah. That's pretty much why I've been away for the last at least 2 weeks, you know what I mean? I appreciate that. Don't worry about it though. I'm good now. At the time I was not. It was internal hemorrhage, you know, some shit like that. I don't know the specifics. I was barely conscious for like the first 3 days I was in ICU. That's a good pass. There we go, skills. That's good, big man. There we go. Actual fucking progressive emotion. Run it to Necty, mate. Don't stand them up. Actually take your man on. That's much better, big fella. There we go. See what happens when there's a good move on. That was nearly alright. Slack pass from McCowan. It was just a wee bit under hit, but nonetheless, the right idea. Can't fault it. Ball over. Good header away from Motherwell, but should still be retained by Necty. The ball in is slightly iffy at best, but Celtic still retain it, which is good enough for me. That's a simple pass back. Here we go. Good for Dice, and he just doesn't keep a hold of it though. Now there's a breakaway chance for Motherwell here. That's what he says. He's looking for the overlap and running. It's a good pass as well. Brilliant interception for Scales. Big man's on fucking form now. Had to get there. He had to come across, otherwise it could have been very dangerous. And thankfully for us, we survived the scare. Woohoo, could have been dangerous. We do survive that one a wee bit. It was a great challenge for the Irishman. And then again, he just pulls it up for a great pass. There's a chance for us on that far side if he wants to run it. It's a good interception though, fuck me. And then we intercept even better. Oh my god, look at this. Football is being played. Here's Tenecti. Sirachi's there if he needs him. We might just have to take it to the byline and try and get a cross away. He tries to be too clever and the ball kind of takes a nick off the inside of him and it's out for a throw-in from Motherwell on that far side near their own goal. Surgery scares the shit out of me. Never had it before, hopefully never will. I genuinely hope no one ever has to go through any type of surgery at all. But aye, it was like, it was fucked up. I'll say that for free because it was meant to be keyhole and then I woke up and I had like fucking 25 staples and I'm like, okay, I guess something happened while I was unconscious that I was never told about. So like I said, that's why I'm a bit more static in my movement today. You might realise that I'm pretty much just not moving at all because any type of movement in the midriff is no fun at all. I'll say that for free. That's good for Carter. Run it, big fella. That's good, that's better. Scales. Simple enough. Cuts it back towards Carter instead though. Here's McCowan. Good stint for him in the opening 15-16 minutes of this match. That's a shit pass for Dyson though, and it's going to give a breakaway chance for Motherwell down that far side. I tell you what, man, they've got a really good system here, Motherwell. Askell's got a really decent setup. He's got like an idea, at least when it comes to that kind of counter-attack and press. Whenever Celtic push up, especially with the 4s and 5s in that midfield, when you have obviously the fullbacks joining in, Motherwell actually have a very, very good system. It's a very decent shape. They're not scared to actually play with the ball out for the back, which is respectable. They're very calm with the ball at their feet. But as soon as they're under a wee bit of pressure, they'll just prioritise getting it up the field. They're not trying to be too clever. Got to give teams like that some credit. That is a beautiful step away from Maeda as well, and they've got to run down that far side. Good stuff for the Steelmen. Tries to get past too many Celtic bodies and gets caught out that time, thankfully. Great to have you back. I appreciate that, Loz. Good to have you back as well. What can you watch? Only got your phone. It's a bit of a bastard because yeah, the live streams are very bad for the most part, and because it's not being broadcast in Britain, it's hard to find specific fucking links that are actually half decent. But if you use Discord or things like that, you can find channels where they basically show the games and things like that. It's the only thing I can really recommend because it's pretty much what I'm doing. You got your channel back, aye, nice to nice to see that, MKS. Hope you're enjoying yourself, hope you're well. Mate, look, here's the thing, Megan, it's one of those where it's like in the back of my head I'm like, it's shit that it happened, but at the end of the day I'd prefer to be alive with a permanent scar than, you know, be dead. That's a chance! Oh, that was a good chance as well. Fucking hell, it was a very good opportunity, and I think it was Sriracha that actually had it. The overlapping pass was very fucking good. It was perfectly placed, and maybe he could have tried to cut it back across for an Iacho. He could have maybe laid it back, but he tries to just be clever with a near post shot. Not bad for the Argentine, but could have done a wee bit better in terms of placement. Much better though. Second real big chance for Celtic gone now. The big thing that we need to see is goals, because we just have not seen them that much over the last few match days. If you go back towards Red Star, that's the last time we scored a goal, and I mean, we should have had the goal against Braga. We'll touch on that at half time. It'll be definitely a discussion point because I want to know what other people think about what happened there. But to summarise it, that game against Braga was a fucking joke, and there's a reason why nobody likes UEFA. Bunch of rigged bastards, the lot of them. That's a good break forward, actually. They've got an overlap in behind. Dude, really well-timed step in for Maeda, though, give the boy credit. Doing a bit of defensive work there. It should. It would be nice to actually speak to you again. I mean, I'm single now anyway, so I'm kind of safe on that front. But, I'm pretty much going to be doing one of those, like, after-game Discord calls to make up for the fact that, obviously, I've not been here the last few match days. And I'll be covering all the games for the rest of the month as well. By the way, I want to clarify that will be, like, the way to make up for, obviously, most of the games missed in September. I did feel bad about missing the Red Star game, but I was pretty much just out of hospital, staying at my mum's for a week. Not really sure what to make of the opening 20 minutes of this one. Motherwell have had moments for sure. They've not had any concrete chances, but some half decent balls into the box. They've played some very good stuff, give them credit where it's due. They're definitely worthy of still being in this game. But Celtic have been the comfortably better side. That's the one thing we can say for sure. The chances, I should say, those two really good ones for Celtic so far, as well as that kind of half crack from Sriracha just there. So not too bad in that sense. But I think as we play through this game, it's going to be towards the end of the first half, because again, first half syndrome is always a thing for Celtic. That's pretty much just part of Rodgers' identity at this point, to have a really bad first half and then follow up with a bit of a better second one. But again, if you're sitting there in that stadium and you've paid near enough 20-30 quid for the ticket to go to this match, you want to see some form of half-decent performance. Class. Things you'll have to see, Megan. Don't be daft, we're all worried for you. I think a few people did message me. I know that I spoke to Flash and I spoke to Flash and Chateau briefly, but I was literally just out of hospital like 2-3 hours beforehand, so I was like literally still hung up on morphine and barely conscious. Aberdeen have took the lead against Dundee. Well, there's an interesting one. You're saying 3-0 scales and they actually were double. Hey, I like that. I like that a lot. For me, it was 2-0. I mean, my score prediction's down there, but I think we should be good enough to get at least one in each half. And we're playing the better stuff. Like I said, it was good for Maeda there, but he was always going to be put under some pressure. That was a lot unlucky. Decent for that Farden job. I now know that is how his name's pronounced. I heard it. Rugbag. Love to see it on a peril. What the hell does that even mean, fella? It should honest to see you. You're golden, pal. I'd say him a silver, you know what I mean? Still has its uses. If I was gold, I wouldn't be skilled up to fuck, to be frankly honest. But hey, that is what it is. It was another penalty. I swear to fucking God, that's how like 90% of goals are scored in the SPFL nowadays. Let's have a little check in, see what's happening with the other game. Has there been anything that's happened? No. Falkirk are actually having more of the ball in the early stages of this one. That's interesting for them. I mean, what do you all make of the Hearts game yesterday, by the way? Did anyone watch the Edinburgh derby? And more importantly, how fucking incredible the end of that game was? I felt bad for Hibs in some aspect, but at the same time, give fucking Arsenal credit, man. That finish for Halkett was some fucking take. It was well struck. Bit of a bastard for us, because it means even if we win, we're still going to be 2 points behind minimum, but that's if we win. The draws have been coming thick and fast for us this season across all fronts and all competitions, so ideally we want to get one, calm the nerves, and it would be just nice for morality's sake, you know what I mean? It's a good pass out wide from Carter towards Dyson. Might just have to stand his man up and then maybe cut it inside, and I'll tell you what, not the worst move ever. And we'll get another corner for it, right? There we go. Can you post on the community part of your... Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's options for... I'm not sure the specifics of it, right? But I'm sure that you can... there's an option that I can turn on where people can post on that tab as well. I was going to put stuff up there, but like I said, I've not really been on my PC, and YouTube's something that I use on my TV, but I can't do community posts on my TV, so it's one of those. But yeah, anyone that was in my Discord, I kind of gave like a brief update to, at least those that asked how I was doing. I'm like, yeah, I'm recovering. That's a good ball. Better. I like this. The football's good for Celtic. It's kind of like, anyone that watched that 0-0 draw between us and Hibs, it's that same type of feeling where it's like we're playing the better stuff and we're not actually playing bad football whatsoever, but we're just not getting any of those real good chances. Like, we're making good half chances, but we're not really getting the clean-cut one-on-ones or a decent chance to shoot for range. It's one of those. Falkirk have just missed a very big chance, apparently. You thought Hearts would look out. To be fair, yeah, at times they did. That, what was that chance? I think it was Boyle that had that opportunity for Hibs. It could have gone in. And Iacho could go across goal here. That's good. How's your control? It's deflected in a way. There's a chance from range. Big deflection. There's a claim for handball. Shot. Saved again. Dyson. Saved again. For fuck's sake. I think the referee's pointed to the spot. I think he has. Okay, Celtic might have a penalty. Right after I said that most goals happen to come from penalties, I think we might have just got one ourselves. It looked like it came off the hand. We'll see when this shot comes back in. Oh, it's close. It looks very close. It's either going to be a free kick right in the edge of it. It does come off his arm. His reaction kind of says it all, because his head immediately goes up to the sky. But it's going to be a case of if it's going to be on the edge of the area or whether it's going to be inside. It's close. They're checking, but as of now, it's going to stand as a penalty, I think. Still going to check over it to be 100% sure. Sorry to hear that. You're looking good and sounding good though. I appreciate that, man. That's very kind of you. Hopefully the aftercare is smooth. Oh, see, to be fair, that's the way I'm looking at it, Chief. It's like, I've been through the worst of it, right? See, when you wake up and realise that you've been stapled, that is a penalty. They have confirmed it, by the way. They were just making sure that it was on the inside line, and that little angle. Yeah, it's definitely inside. Good. Well, is there going to be a chance for Iacho to get themselves on the board? That would be nice, especially after being denied against Braga, where a header is a handball. Will be interesting to see. I know a few people will be about a minute or so ahead. Go on, Kelechi, mate. Do not fuck this up. Simple and fantastic football. Just pick a corner and fucking smash it in. Kelechi. Oh, fantastic, man. That is composure at its best. Kelechi just makes it simple. That's a very, very, very calm finish. Cannot fault it whatsoever. Sends the keeper the wrong way. It's about as calm as you can ask it to be. I tell you what, man. Considering the fact we don't score many goals, that's striker's composure right there. Does not make any fucking mincemeat of that. Just simple. Picks her side. Sends keeper wrong direction. There we go. Celtic lead 1-0. Very, very calm. Kind of feel a bit forward because, I mean, he does really commit to that side, man. He fucking throws himself that other way, but Kelechi just gave him the eyes. Plays it across, and as a man that's left-footed, that is exactly where I'd put that myself. Lovely. He deserves it. Just that guy in the crowd giving him the thumbs up. There we go. Fantastic. There we go. Oh, I guess people were spoiling it a little bit. Just try and limit it for about 30 seconds or so, because of stream delay, you usually have it delayed by about that much. But we can forget, there's no real problems with it, to be honest with you. We got a goal though, boys. That's something. We can smile. Seems like you tuned at the right time. How's your game been? Relatively okay for Celtic's perspective. Like I said, we've probably been the better side. It's not hard to argue with the fact that we've probably played the better football between the two. But Motherwell have had options and one or two half chances themselves, just usually with the end result being that they can't get the shot away. They've got it into the box a few times though, but no real end product. And to be fair, with the way Schmeichel's playing nowadays, if you get a shot away, there is a high chance that it could just go in. That's good for Didnt, cuts it back. Good fucking feet, soldier. Lovely feet walk. Oh, that was clean as hell between him and... Is that... I was going to say it should have been a corner kick. I mean, Didnt is bitching about it quite openly to the referee, but the referee is not interested. Motherwell will just set themselves up to go again. Ward will send that one, not necessarily long, but high and away. Not the greatest touch for Sriracha, but he does stay on it. There we go. Apparently just had the news that Aberdeen have scored another goal. They're 2-0 up now. Looks like they'll be able to actually get some points on the board for themselves, so that's good for them. Don't think they'll bitch about that too much. Scales played out towards Didnt again. A lot of the good stuff has came down that left hand side. Tunisian does well to get it into space. Sriracha goes for like a almost like a whipped low cross. It was not the worst option I've ever seen. Scales gets beat by Maswahise and it's going to be a chase down. McGregor does well to body his man up and does even better to retain it, but it's awkward, takes a few bounce arounds, and I think it's going to be a throw in for Motherwell. There it is, a throw in for Motherwell there. Oh yeah, Aaron's just put it there, 2-0 Aberdeen. Well, there you go. No cutting edge, takes a penalty, get a goal, still missing that killer pass. So yeah, the final third play is probably where we need to improve on significantly over the next kind of few match days. I would probably be surprised if Rodgers isn't really trying to like force the issue in training and try and get them to be playing a lot more effectively when it comes to chance creation. Like I said, defensively we're not that bad of a side, it's just that we make mistakes, same as any other team, but when you have fucking 20-30 shots in a match, you want to be able to say that you can score at least 4 or 5. You'd be lucky if Celtic get 1 or 2 out of that, and that's the problem for us. But it's also because we fucking sold one of our only strikers and then didn't really replace him. That's why so many people were annoyed. Because it's like, yeah, cool, we want to get rid of Ida, but don't do it until we have a replacement. And they're like, nah, we'll sell Ida and then bring in our free. But I love Kelechi and he started off like a house on fire. Honestly, the guy is a baller, but when you consider the money that we've had that are exposed, like, we should be doing fucking more with it. Like, that's just the basics, man. This team is much weaker than what it was last season, and it's not a joke that I'm saying that, literally is. I've been walking in the hills and camping in the Lake District for almost a month. Oh, good stuff, man. Last night your inflatable sleeping mat broke, so oh, for fuck's sake. It's 1/5 of it's popped out, so you've got that shit where it pure slopes. Oh, dude, I used to have the same thing. That bullshit, and it actually's just gone down. I looked away for a half second, then I just looked back and seen he's on the floor. What happened? Oh, right, he got caught. It's a fair challenge for the Motherwell man, I'll be honest with you right now. I think it was that Fradge or fellow. What's the referee doing now? Oh no, and he actually stayed down. This could be fucking bad. It didn't look like that bad of a... It's just a tangle of legs, but he must have just got caught really weird. Interesting. Rodgers tipped to be getting offered the Nottingham Forest job. Replace one ex-Celtic manager with another Celtic manager. That's not going to do them well. 3-0 Aberdeen, fuck's sake. Credit to them. Cannot fault it at all. Decent. It's going to be a free kick for us on that far side. It could be down to our games against Hearts perhaps. Well, we do play them later on in the month, right? I'm pretty sure, if my brain serves correct, 26th. Good pass out to space. Calm enough. Oh, that's good, McGregor. Why would you do the wee Tom? I could have done a lot better with that. The ball over the top is fucking clean as hell for Sriracha though. Ball in. What ball in is not half bad either. It's still dangerous. McCowan's touch is probably lacklustre and just tries to bite into it too much. Gives away the full bit poor there for a look, but can't fault it. You can see that he wanted to try and get on the end of that ball. That whipped cross again seems to be the method for us so far. How you doing, Tommy Fury Jr.? Love to see it. Celtic FC win. I hope fucking so, lad. That'd be nice for us. That Carlson lad is carrying them. He was actually really good in that game against Shakhtar as well. Definitely a solid performance in that aspect for them. But I mean, they still lost to Shakhtar, but at least they gave it a fight. You know what I mean? Losing 3-2 is never a thing to scoff at against a team that's usually a Champions League regular. No shame in that at all. It was Rangers against Sturmgrass that surprised me, because I thought Sturmgrass would have got fucking hammered. Like, in my head, I was speaking to, I think, Gaz about it before the game kicked off, because we were obviously talking about the Braga game as it was happening, and I was like, well, Sturmgrass, it's one of two things. It's either Rangers will dominate comfortably, or they'll find a way to, like, rip the piss and lose somehow, and they did exactly that. And I mean, I find it funny, do not get me wrong, it's hilarious, but at the same time, you're like, bro, Scottish football is taking a major tumble backwards. Because Celtic have picked up 1 point for 6, which is just not good enough, and Rangers are still pointless after 2, which already makes it a lot more awkward for them to get into the top 24. They still should be good enough to get into the playoff spots, the same way Celtic should be, but it's the fact that it's already kind of, you're looking over your shoulder and making sure that the other teams lower down aren't picking up points. But when you consider the amount of money that Celtic have at their disposal, you'd imagine that we should have been a bit more comfortable. Again, no one was expecting us to be fucking great, but consistent at the very goddamn least. And again, we played okay against Braga, but the first half was just fucking woeful at best, the same way the first half against Red Star was. I was going to say we should actually check to just make sure that nothing's happened in that other game, but it seems like Falkirk are actually playing the better football right now, which is very surprising. Pass accuracy and passes are pretty much identical, but Falkirk are the only one that's put a shot on target. If you want a little look at the table, there's your glance at it. As it stands right now, Celtic would still be 2 points behind Hearts, but more importantly would make the gap 7 towards the rest of the league. And with all the other games being played out, Aberdeen are still apparently 2-0 up, so their goal must have been disallowed for that third one maybe. Interesting. Tommy Sabrowski, what a fucking name. Thank you for joining us, brother, we do appreciate that. That is a thing, by the way. If you have public sub-settings on, you get a little notification. Same if you donate to become a member, you get a wee animation that plays directly below me, so if you ever want to watch streams back and see your names pop up, then you're more than welcome to do so. That's a good break forward for Motherwell, actually. That's a bit of an awkward one. Sriracha, what you doing, son? Big mistake! Good save, Casper! That was a very big fucking chance. How the hell, man? Oh, Sriracha made an absolute fucking mockery of himself, but do you know what? As much as I've been giving the boy shit over the last few match days, that is brilliant for fucking Schmeichel. Had to get there, man. There's Motherwell's biggest chance of the half, comfortably. Still trying to force the issue up towards that far side. If they're going to try and switch it, they're going to have to do it now, because there's a lot of Celtic bodies starting to slowly encompass them as they try to work their way around this. And again, just switches it. Oof. Great control, to be fair. Masuhise tries to redirect it. Syed can't really do too much with that one. It's going to be a bundle over in the midfield for a foul. So we're going to take it like that. Eddie Poppins, what a fucking name. How you doing, mate? Hope you're enjoying yourself. Just a wee bit too snappy for Kelechi there. Definitely a foul. 6-pointer in Falkirk. Definitely in the early stages of the season, that's the one thing you have to actually say. Like, no matter what way it's sliced. Falkirk are actually... They've impressed me for the bits that I've seen from them. Don't get me wrong, they're not playing as good as they obviously had in the last kind of 12 months or so. But they do have these occasional moments where they do actually kind of play alright, and you realise with a lot of the smaller teams, the ones that will usually be in the bottom six, they'll tend to play a lot better against Celtic and Rangers than they will against teams like Hearts and Hibs. Most smaller teams know exactly what happens whenever Celtic and Rangers come to their grounds. You know, they'll make it as awkward as they can. That's very calm just to leave that, actually. They tried to keep it in play, give them credit where it's due, but it was never really going to work out. Apparently it's 4-0 between Aberdeen and Dundee. Let's have a little gander. It's still 3-0 on this. It could be delayed by a minute or so, you know, kind of factor that in, I guess. We'll check in at half time and see how they're doing. It seems Aberdeen have finally woken up. That game against Shakhtar, like I said, is the fact that they lost, obviously not great, but they would have gained some good morality and momentum from that game. Because like I said, Shakhtar is a very solid side. Probably the hardest team that any Scottish team faced in the last kind of round of matches in Europe. He was trying to claim for a foul there, but it looked like a clean tackle, and there's now a chance for them to break that. That's what he's trying to cause problems, but we kind of get away with that one there. Stampopoulos nearly managed to kind of squeeze in and get something from Schmeichel there, but calmly dealt with in the end. Scales plays calm enough. Switch out is good. Ralston's first touch is fucking deadly bad though. And now there's a chance for Motherwell on the break. They might get the chance, but he tries to cut in. It's a big fucking mistake. They're not really covering themselves in glory here at all defensively, man. There's just too many snappy errors. It's just not good. Whipped into the box. That's another mistake. It's another goal. Motherwell have it. Right before the end of the half, I think it is Stampopoulos. It's managed to squeeze it away. It's either came off a Celtic body or it's found a way in off a Motherwell man. But either way, they do have their equaliser. And it's fucking bad, man. Right as I fucking say it, like they're just not setting themselves positionally at all. Simple ball into the box and Scales he just doesn't deal with it. It's a lovely ball in for Maswahisi. Like I said, he has been their biggest threat in this game comfortably. The ball in is brilliant and Scales just doesn't deal with it, and it makes it such an easy finish for Stampopoulos. Give the credit, man. It's a well taken finish considering the fact he might not have even expected it to get through the legs of Scales, but just a bad miss swipe, man. They're checking to make sure he's onside and Scales is playing him on, so it's just a double whammy of shite for Scales there. And Stampopoulos does get the fucking goal. It's going to stand, there's no way it doesn't. And that's typical, and apparently Rangers have just scored as well. Let's just give that a wee check. Box, yep, Miovski with our first shot on target, by the way. Fair enough. They're checking for possible offside, but it looks like it's good. It should stand. Unless they're counting his arm. But he finishes it with his foot, so it's going to be one of those. Fucking woeful is the best way to describe it, Harry Poppins. I'll tell you that for free. Interesting. That ball into the box was genuinely stunning as well. That's why you can't really fault it too much. It was genuinely a well taken pass. But the goal does stand. He is onside. Scales had played him on. So there you go. Typical Casey, despite Celtic playing the better football, having more of the passing, having more of the possession, we still can't fucking lead. Dyson. Good pass into space. McCowan tries to shimmy it but loses out. He needs to come off at half time. I'm sorry, I'm one of the biggest supporters of McCowan, but he's just not having a good game. The passing is not there. Sirachi does well to deal with the fucking first ball into the space, but it's still retained comfortably in the end, and there could be a shot for range for Motherwell here. Big ricochet. Motherwell will try and win it. McGregor just about does enough to get the touch, but that is about it. The fuck is happening with us, man? Defensively, it's just so poor. Apparently it's a foul for Motherwell. McGregor just kind of shakes his head because, I mean, the referee let that go until we got the ball back. That's kind of scummy. We'll play advantage if they get into the box, but if you actually touch it, like, I mean, Ralston does nothing fucking wrong there. Referee having a moment, I suppose. Roger takes the fault. Yeah, honestly, it's one of those. I don't want to sit there and make early assumptions or anything, but it seems that Maeda is the only one that's mentally checked out from doing his job effectively. We can sit there and be like, yeah, sure, he didn't get all the signings, but Rodgers has a squad that is significantly better than Motherwell's, and yet this is happening. Too many draws, man. Too many low-scoring games. It's just annoying because it is pretty much identical to the Hibs game in the sense that we're playing the better stuff, but this game just has a draw written all over it. Not ideal for us, but it is what it is. So they're one for Motherwell on that far side. I don't know how many minutes of additional time will be. Probably about one or two. Yo, the board is watching this and seeing the damage they've inflicted. Oh, they'll be smiling because they won't give a fuck. They've just... It's just not good. No matter what way it's sliced. How we play in totally legal stream isn't working, I can imagine, same as usual. I wouldn't even say that. Celtic have actually played a really good first half. It's just defensively we made 2 or 3 mistakes in like a 2-3 minute sequence. It's pretty much what I said earlier on, where it will kind of come in clusters, where we'll have 5 minutes where we're actually really good and then 2 minutes where we're absolutely woeful, and that's probably where Motherwell can do their damage. Pretty much exactly what's fucking happened. They had a stint where they had 2 half-decent chances and they scored for 1 of them, and it's just really depressing because Scales up to that point was actually having one of the better games. That is a poor giveaway for McGregor. What the fuck are you doing? And they've got into the box. That's another chance, and it's just about well dealt with by Scales. He redeems himself slightly there. The wee touch off Maswihise, they both give each other a wee kind of smile as they run past each other, so at least you know there was mutual respect between the two of them there. But that Maswihise is causing some fucking problems. There's a weird kind of deflected cross, and Schmeichel is fucking furious. Screaming at he's meant to get out and try and kind of open up the space. But yeah, Scales just did enough, man. Very depressing. Rangers are somehow going to win the league, I can sense it. No. As much as I want to sit there and be like, you know, no. There is a higher chance that fucking Aberdeen would win the title than Rangers do, to be honest. Like, we might have a bad side, but they have a Russell Martin side, and that just in itself is not going to work. They're barely being convincing against Falkirk. Casper has done what she give the... Lads, have you not figured this out yet? Rodgers' team is basically just a fucking collage of his nostalgia. Right? He just signs players for previous teams that he used to fucking manage because he's got no creative ability, and he just goes with what he knows. See all that cunt that goes to Greg's and orders the same steak bake every single time, even though there's like 20 different variations, he just doesn't ever change his ways because he's a stubborn bastard. Well, that's Rodgers in a nutshell, basically. Good ball over the top. Dyson, good pass. That's a lovely attempted attack, but I think there was a good touch on the end there. That ball over the top for Rio was lovely as well. Maeda does the right thing, trying to cut it back for Kelechi, but I'll be doing nothing of the sort, Tommy Fury, mate. What the fuck? I don't think they deserve that, to be quite honest. I mean, if they were signing players and, 10, 15, 20 million a pop, then aye, maybe you could make the case, but as of right now, we're definitely not being outplayed by Motherwell, I'll say that much, Coffee. Motherwell have just taken their chances because Askell's got this ability to just get draws. I mean, literally look at the table. I'm pretty sure if things stay as is, they would have had 6 draws and 6 draws in 7 games. They're fucking specialists. Give them credit where it's due. But for Celtic's perspective, it puts us 4 points behind, which is not exactly ideal when you want to be trying to cement yourself in a chase. But again, this is basically the same as last season. Everyone forgets that Aberdeen went 10, 13 games without fucking dropping any points at all, basically, with the exception of the draw against us, that 2-2 one back in November. And they still managed to finish fucking 4th, so, like I said, it's different if it's a team that's higher up and got consistency, but the thing with Hearts is that they will do exactly what Aberdeen did. They'll have one or two decent patches, then an international break will come along and fuck everything up for them. That's the way you need to look at it. But 48 minutes have been gone here, so that's the half-time whistle. I'm not going to be too disappointed by it. But at the same time, we do need to have a much better second half. Motherwell managed to get themselves back in out with some poor defensive mistakes. As they fucking said, it always seems to be the problem. But for the most part, not too bad. Won well against. We love to see Ross. You do realise Motherwell's they're my second team. Like, see if there is one team that I wouldn't mind winning the league over Celtic, it would be Motherwell. I've been to fucking Fir Park numerous times. It's a good wee place. I used to go to college there, so you know what I mean? I'm not going to take offence to that unless you're Rangers. If you're a Rangers fan, then fuck off. You're barely beating Falkirk, and that's worse. At least Motherwell's a mainstay. Only don't go back to Ange if Rogers leaves. No, the last thing we need to do is go back. See, for me, it's one of two options. It's either we somehow convince Knutson to leave Glint, which probably won't ever happen, but if you offer him a good enough wage, he would take it because the Norwegian league, they don't have too much money going through it. So if you were like, hey, we'll give you like 30 grand a week to manage us, then Knutson might take that. But yeah, if not, then go for someone a bit more sensible. Someone a bit more rooted and down to the fucking ground, man, because Motherwell's your second team. No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying if there's a team that I would prefer to win the league over us, it would be Motherwell. Just simply on the premise of the fact that I've watched more of their games live than most other teams. Like I said, it's just because I literally come from the same type of area. I'm literally in between Motherwell and Celtic. You know, that's roughly where Coatbridge is. It's right smack bang in the middle between the two. So I could have picked either or. It's just that my dad was a Celtic fan, so I just took that. That's how it happened. But in another universe, yeah, there's a chance that I'd be sitting here covering the game from a Steelman's perspective. Fucking weird to say that. Never would be in 10 live streams if that was the case, I'll be honest. At least Ange had tactics, or at least variation in tactics. That's probably the big fucking difference. The only team that you would like to win the league is Hibs. I mean, to an extent, only mainly just because of Sunshine and Leaf would go hard as fuck. That's about it. Let's take Glasner from Palace. Actually, not a bad shout, to be fair. If we're ever going to achieve that. Like, no. You need to think more kind of sensible. Who would be a good middle ground shout that I can think of off of the top of my head that might make sense for us? Try to think, because this is the thing, there's not many, there's not many actual good managers. Like, you can obviously take your usual picks, right? Your fucking Benitez's and all that stuff. But maybe someone like a Raiola, that could work. Maybe if you get someone like a fucking, even like a David Moyes, if you could pry him away for West Ham. But I'd still think that Moyes would be a better option as a Scottish national team manager. You'd pick Hibs. I can understand that. Like, Motherwell's they're a team that I have a soft spot for, but I do like Hibs. It's like, there's 3 teams that I would never want to see win the title, and that'd be Rangers, Dundee United and Hearts. The only reason I don't like Hearts is because they're stuck-up pricks. They're from Edinburgh, and more importantly, the posh part of Edinburgh, so you look at it and go, oh, you know, they're those types. But most of their fans are relatively okay. There's a guy that used to take clips of me anytime we played Hearts, and they'd fucking put them on TikTok and get hundreds of thousands of likes off it. I'm like, bro, fair enough. Ross County? Oh, is your mate's a Ross County fan? I was going to say, like, Ross County's a very left field shout, but I get that. That's kind of why Motherwell's there, because, again, like I said, I used to go to the college. It's 5 minutes away. You literally walk out, take a right turn and walk straight, and Fir Park's on your left as you walk towards the station. So I used to kind of pop in for the occasional game. I've only been to 3 games at Fir Park, I'll be honest with you. But one of the games was that fucking really... Does anyone remember that last minute winner that Rogic scored against Motherwell? That was one of the few. So, yeah. You subbed under your other account, but you forgot the password, so you resubbed. I would appreciate that, Coffee. I haven't even checked to see how many subscribers we've got, to be honest with you. Like, I kind of need to do that when I implement a wee thing. But let me just quickly go on to this, and I can look. That's half time, so we get to chill out a little bit. If you do want to subscribe, then you're more than welcome to do so. I just realised Flash messaged me from the game. Yep. From a man inside the stadium, here is his overall opinion of what's happened so far. He sent me this at 3:08. Fuck me, I'm already still trying to get over Thursday's performance, but sitter. Looked like a good save, but still tapping. So that would have been the chance in the early stages of the match. Oh, that's hilarious. He was not happy. He's not a happy chappy at all. Motherwell is a true community club. Yeah, honestly. That's pretty much why I like them as well. They're very ground rooted. Plus, a lot of good players do come from Motherwell. I mean, look, think about players like David Turnbull, fucking Louis Moll. Obviously, recently you can take obviously Lennon Miller as well. So like, they do produce. I'd say in terms of academy players, they're probably up there with Celtic and Rangers when it comes to producing really good young talent. So I can't not fault Motherwell. They're a good side in their own ways. Motherwell was your local team back in the day. Your uncle was a season ticket holder. Seen many great players. Exactly like that. If you look at some of the fucking players that used to play for them, even in recent times, but if you go back, obviously you've kind of got your, you know, O'Donnells and stuff like that. Obviously your kind of key players. Graham Potter. It's a toss-up, right, because it depends on what version of Potter you get, because if it's the Chelsea version of Potter, you don't want anything to do with him. If it's the Brighton version of Potter, aye. Like, if it's that tactically unique style where he can actually get the best out of youngsters and key kind of youth players, that could genuinely work, but it's the same kind of issue where if you give a manager too much money, they tend to be a bit complacent. And Potter, especially in a league where Celtic tends to be the dominant force, it's a case of whether he's consistent, because that's probably the exact same thing that happened with Martin, right? Like, he would have came in thinking, right, the only team I really have to compete against is Celtic, so just adjust for those lads. But there's a whole other system of teams in this league. There's 10 other fucking sides that can cause damage, and we're seeing the perfect example. I mean, Rangers have had a couple of draws already this season. Celtic have messed up already against Hibs, and seems like we're going to be fucking doing the same against Motherwell unless we get a finger out. But no team is ever assured a title. So you have to kind of make sure that the manager that you kind of come in, you kind of do the job. And I don't think Potter would make sense in that aspect, because realistically, what's he going to do tactically that's different than what Rodgers is, because they're both very similar types of coaches. Who's your English team if you have one, Kaz? Mine was United, but you don't bother with them now. Well, for me it's Liverpool. Obviously you never walk alone clubs, plus my granddad supports Liverpool, so, you know, by virtue and aspect. I used to support Arsenal up until I was like 13, 14. So, you know, you have to look at it like that. Jesus Christ, 10 months as a member, Kevin. 2 months away for a year, that's insane. Thank you for rejoining us, that's very, very kind, man. Hail, hail to you as well, brother. Liam Kelly was amazing. I used to love, because he has the same surname as me. You wanted him to play for us one day, but it's just sad where he went. But, I mean, Kelly's had an alright career. I used to remember when what was it, fucking EFC 24. I used to, like, one of my career saves was with Motherwell. So there was a few players that I remember for them. Whenever you see them, you're like, oh, he used to play for, like, you know what I mean? Like, see, whenever I see Casey, I think he's at St Johnstone now. But you had like players like Kelly, Sradovsky. He's down in the Championship now. Fucking, who were the other ones that I can think of? Like Blair Spittle and all that stuff as well. Like, Jesus Christ. Liverpool because of your stepdad. Yeah, like, everyone has their connective clubs. Like, for me, it's all the You'll Never Walk Alone, right? Like, if you think about it realistically, you go to the Bundesliga. That's the reason why I support teams like St. Pauli and fucking Borussia Dortmund, because those are the teams that have a lot of affinity and closeness with Celtic just on that premise. Kevin Muscat, even though he's blue nose, he has a good style of player. His tactics is like Celtic in Season 1 but on steroids. Well, maybe. like I said, you want a manager that's kind of got the understanding that it's going to be a project. Like, he's not going to have to sit there and fucking tweak and change every single thing. You just want a manager that knows when things need to change, because that's the issue Rodgers is clearly having, is he will stand there on the sidelines for about 70 minutes and then he'll kind of be like, oh, yeah, I should maybe do something now. It's like, maybe I should make a change, you know, try and spice things up. And then by the time he does, it's already fucking way too late, and, you know, it's not exactly ideal. So for us, if you are thinking about replacements, which again, I don't think it's too much of a problem right now. I feel like Rodgers at the very least would see the season out unless there is like a major fucking story that unfolds down south where someone gets sacked and they need an immediate replacement and they do the same shit that they did basically when Leicester came calling a few years ago. That would suck, because if they left the same way, that would really sour things for a lot of people. So I think he would at the very least stay until the season's out. But the thing for us is that we would just want to see some diversion and diversity in the tactics. We don't want to see the same stale fucking side to side, side to side, side to side, pass to the wings, cut in. Oh, look at that's a shit cross because we don't have any fucking strikers that are actually over the height of 6'2". So why are we crossing? Oh, because that's what we spent most of the summer doing in pre-season because we had Ida. Oh, but we got rid of Ida, so the guy that's came in, Kelechi, yeah, he's still tall, but he's not tall enough to be, you know, a target man. But we're playing with the target man system, and it just doesn't fucking make sense. You need to kind of cut inside, go in between the full-backs rather than try to go on the outside of them, and maybe you get something going then. But until that point, you're not really going to get too much because you're fucking sitting doing the same shit, and any team that watches that will just be like, oh, right, I'll just change that up. They got to figure it out and fast. Martinez? Not actually a bad shout, Rob. Your mum was a Celtic supporter because your grandpa, an arsehole of a prick of an uncle, almost played for Celtic. I mean, cool, I guess. I'm guessing some shit's happened, like, you know, it's one of those, I suppose. Big Ange might get the sack and that will open the door for Rodgers. Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what happens with Forest. Like, we'll trade you. We'll give you like $2 million for, like, that. We'll send Ange your way. Like, instead of a player transfer, it's like fucking Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Fucking, aye, just like a player swap but with managers. Just showing some highlights on Celtic TV until the second half's ready to go again. You got the full match on this live. Not the visuals of the game for obvious reasons, but we're covering it as a watch-along. If you go into the description, it literally says as much. There's no live feed, but we will be covering the match. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes before the second half kicks off anyway. Have a little look through the rest of the league. Let's take a gander. That lagged the second I hit that, so that's fun. Yeah, Aberdeen are 3-0 up at half time, so one of their goals definitely got disallowed. Rangers are still all square in their match, and of course we are, well, not all square. Rangers are 1-0 up in their match, and of course we are still all square in this one. Interesting. Maybe there is a second half such for Falkirk. Maybe they get one back. Attention, nice to see him, guy. Yeah, you're definitely not wrong at all. Absolutely not wrong at all, Eric Bobbins. What about Damien Duff? Oof. The only reason that wouldn't is because it would be a significant downgrade. Like, you want someone that's on par. You know what I mean? That's the minimum. You want someone that's on par with Rodgers tactically, if not better. You don't want to be taking a risk and stepping down. No, we have some similar situations then, Caden. Definitely, for sure. Hope everyone's good on that front anyway. It seems like a lovely woman, so makes sense. Just going through all our goals there among the bullshit. We'll be on the way in about a minute or two. Okay, yeah, here's Flash's opinion. He just sent me it through there. He's like, no, in fact, I'll read it in fucking, in like a fancy English accent, so it's a bit more interesting at the least, you know what I mean? Dude, I'm glad it's half time, but yes, I'm so annoyed it's literally like Thursday night, and these missed chances are always going to cost us. I don't know why VAR intervened even from back there. Looked miles on side. Scales bailing two people out again from stupid passes. We need to wake the fuck up. Also, only the last 2 digits off of winning the windfall. He nearly won the windfall. That's unlucky. The second half's about to get underway, so I'm just sending this message. Right, second half is about to get underway. Let's get this shit rolling then. It's like it's not written in a book, I know. Sounds like AI, oh god, man. People keep saying that. See, whenever I do like the robotic one, I can sound very convincingly like the fucking Tesco ones. You may now place your item in your bag. I fucking hate those accents. Like it or not, Derek McInnes, but he supports Rangers. That's all I need to say. Honestly, I would see Rangers going after McInnes, see if they sack Martin. He might be the play. Because realistically, that would actually be a holy tactic for Rangers, because they could take away a good coach for Hearts. Like, oh, you're having a good season? Well, we'll just take McInnes for you, we'll sack Martin. Puts Hearts under pressure and maybe they can squeeze out second for it. Maybe it's a holy tactic they could throw in. We have a second half to play through it, and hopefully a good half. We tend to have better second halves, so that's my hope and thinking. Maybe we get something going in that fucking front, but who knows at this point. It's very up in the air with how we play at times. Pretty much it. Keep your circle small but compact. It's a good way to be, brother. It's a very good way to be. Just comes in full fucking yelling, what's this time? How you doing? Areola for Bournemouth. I see, that's what I'm thinking. I think he would genuinely be a great coach, but obviously it would depend on how good Bournemouth do this season, right? If they get like Europe or, you know, Champions League, they could theoretically, right? They're still in the top 5 right now, if my brain serves me right. But Knutson would be my pick, yeah, honestly. Genuinely, because I think Knutson tactically, I've said Knutson for years. Anyone that's been on my stream for more than a year or two, back when Ange got obviously said that he was leaving, my immediate call was Knutson. Like, I have said for a long time, that guy has tactically got some of the best like mental tactics I've ever seen. Like, he genuinely knows how to get the best out of even the worst players. He would fit Celtic system fucking excellently. Especially if you give him extra money. Like, Bodo Glimt, they're making bank right now, but they're still making about half of what Celtic are. But at the same time, they've been to semi-finals, they've been to fucking numerous upsets, and they even just got a draw against Spurs not too long ago. Like, tactically, you got to give them credit where it's due. For us, though, we need to kind of step our tactics up and try to get a bit more offensively creative, let's say. That's a good tackle for Sirachi, does well, and it's played back in towards Carter Vickers. Maybe there's a run down that far side. Played out in a potential run on. Here's Dyson, cut it back and run it in it. That's what you do best. It's a very lacklustre attempted cross, to be honest with you. It's just going to pop out towards the back end. Fair enough, David, fair enough. Knutson would rinse this league exactly, that's what I'm saying. But it's not for the league, it's for just for Europe. Just that in itself, it would be so good to have a fucking coach that can adapt in Europe. Because Rodgers is very two-toned, right? It's either defensive counter-attack or offensive pressure. That's it. That's it. That's the two tactics. But Knutson would be like, nah, look, if we're playing a certain team, we have to play a certain way and then counter-attack their weaknesses, rather than just being like, yeah, just do the same things. And Spurs, yeah, they were really well lucky to get the draw against Bodo. They really should have done a lot better. That was a half chance for That's there. What the fuck's this cunt doing? There we go. Another corner kick to be swung in. Whipped in. Half dangerous at best, that has to be said. Not too threatening, McGregor. Calm enough cut back. It's got to be a foul, and it is. So yeah, just kind of bundles his man over. It's about 35, 40-ish yards out. Anyhow, oh, nah, he had his chance and chose Newcastle. He chose the Saudis. Besides, his wages would be very hard to give me prior way for, even if you're looking at it for that sense. Like Knutson, you can definitely see us getting because he's not on the greatest wages. But you know there's other teams that might look at him besides us. So if we want him, we're going to have to act quick, and that's the issue. Is I don't see us sacking Rodgers this season. It's going to be a case of he'll get to the end of this one, and depending on what happens in Europe, maybe we get something going there. And the Archer was definitely offside in that one. It looked offside when the first header played through, so have to look at it like that. Flash is talking about potentially leaving the game early. Newcastle are 2-0 up against Forest. Well, there you go. Says all you need to know, like I said. Yeah, Areola and Knutson. Those are the two kind of pop-out ones. Muscat would, I wouldn't say it would be a bad choice, but it'd certainly be a very iffy one at best. Oh. Even Pep isn't playing his regular football, and he plays long balls. It's because of the Premier League's tactics. It's always about like few shots. Like you tend to see that in Premier League matches where you have like Chelsea having 7 shots, 4 on target, and they'll score like 3 goals for it. It's a very different system down in the Premier League for sure. That's a lovely pass out for Ward in fairness, and there's a chance for Motherwell to get a long quick break. It's a good pass as well, I might add. Chance for them down that far side if they want to run it, they've got options there. Cut back, good feet. Then into space. Syed screaming for it in the middle, gets it eventually. He's going to have to run it back and into open space again, but they still do well to retain the ball. Celtic try and hustle it, but don't really get too much. It's a good step in there, and McGregor wins it back. And actually does really well to break away. It's a fucking excellent challenge for Frasinger, or whatever his name was. My brain's lapsed out there. Try to get him, but what the fuck are you doing, Ralston, you fat lazy cunt? Doesn't even attempt to fucking get near that ball, man. What are you doing? A potential pen check, maybe. I'm not too sure. That it was definitely got decked there. But it all stems from Ralston being a fat lazy fucking idiot and not making any attempt to trace that ball down. That is so fucking pathetic, man. And it might be a penalty. It might be. Sriracha catches him a bit late. It's a really hard one. He does try and sell it. It's going to be a case of, do they think he's trying to sell it as much as he is? But there is contact. You might have to go and look at the monitor for this. This is what I don't like with VAR, because you're just trusting the guys in the fucking room. Go and look at the monitor and make the calculated decision yourself. Don't just rely on what the fucking guys in VAR say. But it would be typical of us to do this shit now, man. Again, Ralston's a fat lazy cunt, needs to be taken off the pitch immediately for that, man. So fucking poor. Doesn't even attempt to try and milk his man. They're still talking about it. Looks like this one might actually have to go to the monitor because they're taking about 10 fucking minutes. It's a hard one to call because he is trying to buy the foul. It's so clearly obvious that he is, but it's a case of he doesn't really get touched by. It's just that it's the last bit as he stamps down. He kind of catches the top of his foot. This one seems like it's going to be a penalty. And it is. Fucking excellent. Well, there we go. It's just perfect. It is actually just perfect. We'll have to see it. Penalty kick for Motherwell. Got to say it's fucking poor. Both our full-backs are at fault for that one. Ralston for not marking the easy run into the box. The fat fucking... I don't like Ralston. He's very bad at football at the best of times, man. And then Sriracha just follows up by making a very poorly timed challenge, so both our full-backs can hang their heads in shame. And it's going to be a chance for the Greeksman to score another fucking goal, make it a double for himself, and honestly, probably the worst double he could probably score. Seems like this should be open and shut. Motherwell have a chance to score, make it easy for themselves. It's not even that good of a penalty, I'm going to be honest with you. He hits it pretty much down the fucking middle. If Casper just stands there, there's a chance he saves it, but no, he does exactly what we did the last time out and dives way too far to the side. 2-1 Motherwell. And now we're going to need to get 2 this half. And considering the fact we barely fucking scored 1 a match, there you go. Motherwell have got the lead, and honestly, it's hard to argue against it. It's fucking stupidly poor from us. But it seems like we're just doing what we can to make this title race as interestingly shit as possible. Fucking joke, man. Typical bullshit, but we move. We still have time. But 35 minutes or so. Such a soft penalty to give away as well. I'm sorry, is half of Spain just in like, what was happening, man? Yeah, not exactly great from us, I'll say that for free. You'll probably get like conservative lads playing, just skip them, but do not worry about it. Look lads, I don't speak the languages that you're speaking, so if it's not in English, then I'm not really going to respond to it because I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I'll be honest. Yeah, maybe I'd try something with the press at least. I don't speak paella. Stop. You gain our club shit, then honestly valid though. We've been very, very bad. I love how literally one potential loss, it's not even confirmed yet, we could still get a point and that would be relatively okay, but one loss and everyone's like, that's it, league's over. How are we any better than Rangers fans if we do that shit? We're still going to be comfortably at the fucking top of the table near the end of the season. Like, we're not playing great, but we're not playing fucking horribly, it's just literally defensive errors. It's what happens when you have when you have Johnston out injured, you're still down Jota, who's one of our key fucking wingers. Like, people are forgetting that we're pretty much a broken side now. But the only people that can really be blamed, it's not the players, it's the fucking manager and the board. Both spineless bastards. Manager should have pushed to get more signings and the board should have done everything in their power to make sure that the authority was stamped down. Instead, they got complacent, and complacency kills people. And in this case, it kills our fucking season's momentum because we're barely able to be convincing in the fucking Europa League, let alone the Champions League. We're barely convincing enough domestically. Most of our wins have been scrappy as shit. It's just not good enough. So there might be some changes coming on from one or both sides. It looks like Celtic are going to make a triple change early on this time, so that's something. Half an hour left. Not bad changes to make, but certainly not ones that are going to be particularly too effective. We've got Forrest out on that far side, so hopefully we get something going there. That would be nice to see, but yeah, I'm hoping all that high up right now, I'll be honest with you. It's a good touch inside. McGregor gets his heels clipped, still tries to win the ball anyway. Although we're getting a wee bit leggy there, and it's eventually cleared up and away for a throw-in for Celtic on that far side. You really wanted Celtic to go for Kelleher in the summer. What a signing that would have been. Genuinely agree though. But yeah, for the changes, for those that don't know, Negron's on for Hatate and Gels on for McCowan, and of course that like for like switch. Forrest off. I think it was Tenecti that took to the bench there. Maeda's on that far left side. That's a good interception for Angels. Maeda should win that ball back. Slightly heavy touch, but does well enough. Hooked forward, how's your touch? Relatively alright, does well. Although the second one's a little bit lacklustre at best. And then Giles once again steps in, gets a leg on it, but it's going to bounce out for another Motherwell throw-in. You got layers of the ball opposing anything Brendan did. Brendan was a yes man and it would have been happening. Yeah, but also counterpoint Ange. Because when they tried that shit with Ange, you would basically be like, no, you're going to sign these players or I'm going to fucking not do what you expect me to do. If you can't work with me, don't expect me to work with you. And that's what happened. It soured the taste between both of them. And everyone knows what happened. Ange wasn't willing to fucking stay because someone better came calling and he knew he would get backed up, even if it was on a more minimal basis. Rodgers is a yes man. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That man could have stormed into the fucking board meeting at any time and went, see if yous don't put down the money. If I'm being forced to fucking sell my best players time and time again, season upon season, with every single fucking time that we hit these end sequences, especially in summer, because it always happens in summer, but the last 2 weeks we will sell 4 or 5 of our key fucking players and maybe replace them with 1 or 2. And the rest are just youngsters. It is significantly fucking poor, and I don't give a shit what anybody says, man. It's poor. It's poor on all fronts because, let's be honest, Rodgers could have done a lot more. He clearly didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he did, then he wouldn't be the type of manager to sit there and make sly digs and fucking press conferences. He would do what any other manager that does have a problem would do. He'd walk in and make it clear, I'm gone before summer even ends. If you don't back me, I'm gone now. You can bring some other shitty manager in and fucking he can deal with this shit because I can't. No, he would have been told by the board, we can't do this because he's such and such because of UEFA fucking rules or whatever bullshit they tried to spawn. And Rodgers would have been, oh, that's okay then. I'll work with what I'm given. Well, he wasn't given enough. And he doesn't have a right to sit there and bitch about it because he could have done more. It's an interesting one. Like, no matter what way it's fucking sliced, you can pick either side and either one is correct. If you blame the manager, yeah, you can, because his tactics are stale, his player signings have been fucking awful at best, and the signings that we brought in do not even closely mitigate the ones that we've let go. That's simple, that's straightforward. We replaced Ida, who even if he wasn't great, we still sold a player that's worth money and brought in a player that had barely been convincing at Sevilla. That's not upgrading, that's downgrading significantly. That's taking what you can get. That was a half chance. Oh, fuck off. Nikren just missed a chance. Case in point, man. They hit the ball. Oh my god, man. How'd you miss the second attempt there? Case in fucking point. It's a selfie, Nikren. You need to do better there, you big bastard. That is horrible. We're just not getting the luck of the draw at all. Maeda whipped into the box. It's a good touch away. Maeda will do his best to retain it. It's a fucking great header as well, by the way. McGregor comes onto it and he does the same thing. Nygren did and just smacked it. On a Permo, he literally fucking is. This is what we're trying to say to you, my guy. It's literally what we're trying to say. He does control who goes onto the pitch. He does control who the players that get played come on. He's the one that makes those cases. Tierney's on for Sriracha, so hopefully we get a bit more down that left-hand side. But Rodgers does have a say on who gets fielded, and he's fielding the wrong players. That's awkward. Oh fuck, that was really awkward. Takes a pass out, that's awkward. Schmeichel's going to get there, it's going to be a foul. Calm enough. Played out towards that far side. Potential break in here. Forrest could get across his man. It's an awkward cross. Maeda doesn't really cover himself in glory there. Motherwell will just kind of calmly clear it away. I respect the fact that Giles went for the slide tackle, but Motherwell calmly get away with it. Get it away. Back into space, come on. Forrest. Don't mind that too much. McGregor has to switch it though. And towards that kind of open area, you've got to play it out into space and try and get a cross away, man. It's awkward. Header back across. How's your touch? Not too bad. The shot's decent as well. Well saved by Ward, man. That's two really good saves for the keeper. Now, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Why does every goalkeeper have to have their game of the season against us? Braga's goalkeeper was doing the same shit. It's a loose header off the back end from the cross. It's going to be retained by Maeda, but going to be awkward. Tierney goes for whatever the fuck that is. Why would you even... Just poor. Just really poor. Really bad across all fucking fronts. Second half has been all Fogog. I guess you're talking about the other match. This club is riddled with arrogance and uncertainty. Rot starts at the head. Exactly. It's like you can pick any fabric or layer and either way you're correct, right? If you want to pick the manager, yeah, you're spot on. If you want to pick the board, you're fucking spot on. Even if you want to pick the players. Although I don't agree with that because the players, they can't really control what's been happening. If you're being forced to fucking deal with all these like departures, key players, and then you're being fucking forced to play Forest in 2025 and Ralston in 2025, yeah, there's definitely been some miscommunications and amongst a few different layers of the club. All just as bad as each other because they all like to point the fingers, but realistically they should all be pointing at themselves and going, we should just do better. We could just sit down and fucking solve this with one decent meeting, and that meeting on Monday did fuck all. Like, I'm pretty sure it's Monday that we have that board meeting, right, with like that's going to do nothing. It's going to do so fucking little, you know what I mean? You have to look at it like that. Looks like Rangers are going to make some changes. O'Donnell's one of them. They picked the perfect fucking minute to do it on. I didn't see the other change, I'll be fully honest with you, so you have to look at it like that. Looks like we're going to be trying to play out from the back to some degree here. Motherwell have got a free kick in their own area. Good high press. People are spamming goals and 2-1s. It's like, lads, come on. If something happens, there's a good break forward for Nygren. What the fuck was even that? Another shit, pointless fucking ball. Thank you very much, Nygren, you twat. Not good. Very lacklustre pass, has to be said. Well, Motherwell put themselves under a bit of pressure there. That's a big giveaway. Yes! Yes! It is Nygren that scores. Motherwell just gave us a gift. That is a massive mistake. What happened? I do not know what the fuck happened, but there was a miscommunication between Ward and someone else. Oh, it's such a big mistake. He tried to get it out to Fraz. I'm pretty sure they tried to get it out into the midfield, and oh, it's a poor giveaway. It's such a poor giveaway. It is the epitome of the Scottish Football League. Just all defensive errors, man. Every goal has basically been from a defensive fucking error on both sides. But Celtic have their equaliser. It's 2 apiece. Come on, kick on and fucking kill them now. Something to smile about, although not much to smile about in life. Let's move and get a fucking goal, man. We run this shit now. Get it over the line, man. Well, I don't think either situation could be really, but like if we win the game, fantastic, right? But we're not really going to be fucking, what, 20 minutes? 20 minutes, maybe we can do something with it. That's my hope. If we win this and I'm still Rodgers out, the man is washed. Yeah, it's one of those. It's a good run for Forest. Really good run for Forest. Have a crack, son. That's a big deflection. It's still dangerous. Whipped in. And the Acho, it's... I was always going to be looking away from goal rather than towards it. Hold the parcel to Edinburgh. Things you love, does you? Roll Jane, relax. Look, right now we're all... I think the one thing every Celtic fan can unanimously agree on is the board can go fuck themselves. And I love the argument that I see with people where it's like, oh, you have won like 13 out of the last 14 league titles, this, that, the next thing. It's like, that's not the fucking point. The point is that the board has more money that it's sitting on than ever before at any other point in history, and they're trying to make sure that it's theirs more than it is the club's. It's like no fucking fence or anything, but no board member should be should really be having that much of a say. It should be a simple case of, hey, how much did we make last season? What was it, 92 million? Right, okay, well, let's give about 20 million to spend in the window. Or at the very fucking least, if we sell players for a good amount of money, we spend that exact amount on new players. We're not even doing that. You've got to look at it from that perspective. So I think everyone's in unanimous in agreement that the board is bad. It's like, yeah, cool, they're good at making money, but they're ruining every other aspect of what makes this club great. There is no risk taking at all, and it's just stale, shitty football for the most part. It's just not good enough. But one thing I will say is that you can't sit there and 100% blame, like I said, the players. I don't understand the people that are blaming the players because they're working with what they've got, basically. The manager needs to fix his tactics. It's the one thing I've said. I base it off of what I see in Europe, and what I've seen in Europe so far has been depressing. So we need to see a bit more of a bounce back over the next few match days. Specifically, obviously, our next match is against, who's it in the Europa League? Is it Sturm Graz and someone else? Like this month, I can't mind who the other game is against. Sorry for not remembering off the top of my head. That was a fucking, Jesus Christ. I'm inside, we're getting all over each other there. That was more like a UFC martial arts type beat. And Jails has gone into the book for that one. Fair enough, he does absolutely deck him. Gaz is one of the good ones, Lindsay. That's the way I'd look at it. She's genuinely one of the nicer ones. He just kind of vibes in here. Oh. Apparently we're hearing news. Something's just happened. Oh, no fucking way. Hold on a second. I think Falcock's just scored. My phone's just... Oh my god, they have? What the fuck? Well, people are putting it in chat now. Hold on a second. Cut, right, you beauty! Good, right, okay. Life is slightly more tolerable now. They're just as bad as we are. Good fucking shit. We'll take that. Not bad at all. Right, okay, we can move. Calter. Forest. Cuts inside. Good pass. That's opened up space. Come on, big guy. Get there. Does. Retains it well enough. How's your pass? Fucking woeful. Jesus Christ, that was bad. Should have done better. Bunch of deflection fucking games and just do. Oh, people are saying there's another goal. For who? Falkirk? Falkirk all over them? No way they've scored 2, right? Oh, Negrin got hit in the dick there. Oh. You and Kaz are invited to Spain. Hey. You like Scottish football and Spanish football? Hell yeah, I love to see that. That is a poor giveaway for Motherwell. Good for Tierney, Cam. We'd love to see it, Cartel. And nice to be a run here. Pass is decent. It's awkward. It's very awkward and cleared away in the end. That could have been something. Out on that far side and away and could have been something. Unlucky. Oh, fuck off. And they're going to stop it because a Motherwell player's gone down. We'll get to rethrow it, but the number 9's hit the deck. You'll get, people will do that in chat. Don't this is why I don't look at chat seriously. See, whenever someone says goal or 3-2, 2-1, whatever, don't take it seriously until you either see the Google thing update and a goal come up, or I confirm it myself. Because some people just do that because they have very little going for themselves in their normal day-to-day life. Looks like Motherwell going to make a final change. And Giles is a waste of space, taps ball at the goal. I mean, he's been positive since he's came on. I wouldn't say he's had a bad game at all. Golo. Are you trying to say Rolo? Is that what this is? Are you just really bad at spelling? Are you dyslexic? Because Rolos are a really good candy, I'm not going to lie, man. They're half decent, but it's not enough to spam them in a game about football. Porquiera. Fair enough. The Rams. I got excited. Thanks you loved Ezekiel. We need to win this or we're 4 points behind. Yeah, ideally we would like to get that last minute winner. That'd be good for the soul. Gaz is not very happy with the process that's happening with the Rangers, and to be fair, yeah, I would be quite annoyed as well. That'd be yet another fucking draw. Scales, good pass in his space. It's still dangerous. Show me your feet, boy. Oh, that could have been better. Forrest does well to retain it. There we go. KT puts it back towards Scales. Overlap. Nice. So that's fucking loose though. It's another chance for us potentially to do something here. Kelechi. Big mistouch. Big man, you have to do better there, fella. Could have done a lot better with the control on that, but Maeda will keep the press alive. Sent forward by Motherwell, but should be easily retained. Scales will kind of cut ahead of Tierney to get it. Celtic again, me for nothing though. Fair enough. We can't fucking defend shit because it's the same old story after the last 4 seasons. Trust me, we've been experiencing over the last season and a half and I'm depressed, so I can't imagine how a Rangers fan must feel. Chance was awkward there. Kelechi couldn't really get on the end of that one. It spilt back out. Still in Celtic possession. Good hold up for Ralston. Manages to do something half decent there. It's going to be a throw in that far side. Well, Celtic gives a goal. Exactly, Kieran, that's my thinking exactly. How come we can't see the match? Because if I did, copyright laws would come and absolutely dick me down like I'm featuring in a porn film. So I can't do that, unfortunately. I can do this. I can do watch-alongs because it's safe and I won't get absolutely wrecked financially. Baliwisha is going to come on for an Iacho. It's a... I'm sorry, wait, hold on, what? Does it, oh fuck me, does that mean we're going to go Maeda in the middle then? Baliwisha on the left, Forrest out right. We've got 3 wingers, right? When you're looking for a goal, the last thing you should be doing is taking off your fucking striker, man. I'm confused by that. Oh, unlucky. That was a bit better. He's played it out for the side. He's forced a corner kick at least, I think. I only really do it for games like this where I literally cannot find a way to watch the game otherwise. That's like the only kind of exception to the rule. But no, it's just because YouTube have very strict laws. Like it's happened before where I've shown like 5 seconds of like a clip of a game and it immediately took my stream down. They're very strict with lives. Looks like he has to be offside there, right? I was going to fucking say he looked comfortably enough. Yeah, there's really good sets of fans for every team. You just usually get the arseholes that make up the majority. As I say, it's not really on his feet comfortably, he's limping off. Priestman's going to be coming on for him, I believe. That is who the number 25 is, right? That is, right, okay, cool. Dude's fucking... What is he doing, man? Bro's hitting like the griddy step, bro, you alright? Confused by that, but nonetheless we move. Can't argue it too much. The fuck do you mean 300 people? Why are 300 people in here? How the fuck does that even happen? That's like comfortably one of the like best streams that I've had in a long time, and it's happened on the first stream back where we're drawing 2-2 with a team for fucking goddamn North Lanarkshire. I'm confused, but very grateful nonetheless. Thank you very much. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. Make my suffering worth it. I know, Gaz was going to clarify that straight off the gate, to be honest. So yeah, most of this do so. Football just brings out the worst in people sometimes. That's a good ball into space. Fuck off and get away from us. Get away from us. Do not do it. I have no idea what's happening, but we'll take it. No one else is doing live watch-alongs to today's game. To be fair, up until about 3 minutes before I went live, I couldn't get a feed. Like, I made the thumbnail and all that, I'm like, I'll just do the game tomorrow if I can be arsed. Woke up, I'm like, respectable, half decent. Then out of fucking thin air, it's like, every other feed collapsed about 10 minutes, but literally before I went live, so I had to end the first attempt at this. And then, obviously, went live about 3 minutes before kick-off, so it's just been very hectic to get everything up and running. It's been fine once it's settled down. I think once the stream, obviously, data connected and it wasn't as laggy for every other fucking app on my console, on this PC setup. It's just gone past the 420 mark. Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, I do appreciate it. I think that's easily the most concurrence I've had in a long-ass time, man. Not even sure what to say to that. Motherwell going to wall. It's up and away. Vic, thank you for subscribing, my dear. We do appreciate that. And if you have public sub settings on, you do get a wee notification thing that plays for you. That if you donate or become a member, although those are not expected, do not do that. It's just a waste of fucking money, personally. Subscribing's the best thing you can do. That and liking the stream, it keeps us in the algorithm and does well for us in future streams. Seems like a lot of people from like Brazil and Portugal are joining us for some reason, which is just really nice to know that for some reason the Brazilian and Portuguese are very both inclined with the Celtic Football Club. Is it because we're playing green? Is that what it is? McGregor. That's a good ball if he can run, but Tierney just he doesn't clock it well enough. McGregor's got his hands in his head because, to be fair, it was not a bad ball into the box whatsoever. Just kind of fine-tuned the run and tried to redirect his way inside there. That could have been something, but unfortunately not. We've been fucked over big style though. Big deflection off the back end there. Could have been something. Doesn't necessarily work out. And Iheanacho's going to throw it back. Not Iheanacho, sorry, what the fuck am I saying? Balogun. Still confused by the fact that that's the change that we've made. Why is Maeda being a striker when he's barely been offensively creative as a winger? Like, that is just not the smartest substitute I've ever seen, but we still have time. 7 minutes, whatever's left of additional on top of it. Don't know where the fuck that is, but Maeda should retain it. Good first touch. Cam second. Go to have a go for goal here. He does have a go for goal straight into the hands of Ward though. Bit better for Benji Boy, not too bad at all, but he has to fucking shift that a wee bit faster. I think he tried to, he got caught in two minds between trying to curl it near post and bend it on the far, so yeah, unfortunately we got a little bit messed up there. That's a good press first. That's not a foul, you fud. Do not, you fucking idiot. Shh, stop. You fool. Should never be allowed, nonetheless. I know, Michael, I made that mistake. It's just because in my head I'm like, that's very kind, you're fucking good at watching your channel. See, that's what most people do. They'll be like, oh, you're insane. Nice. Just because I swear a lot. Most people try to play by the rules so they can make more money off of YouTube or whatever. I could not care less. I do this for fun. That's a good break forward. Play it back, Tierney, don't be silly. Did you see your pal in the stand or something? What the fuck are you doing? Just pass it back. Pass it back. It's no hard. Like, you just have to roll it back into space, and instead you got scared by fucking O'Donnell. Stephen O'Donnell. He baffled you. Lawrence, thank you for joining us, my guy. We do appreciate that. It's another public, so we're getting a few of those now. We do appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Ball into the box, fuck off, and away with it. Nice, good. Apparently it's a foul. I don't like the way the referee's doing this, man. Watching for Portugal. Has the algorithm just decided that I'm going to be recommended to people for Portugal and fucking Brazil and Spain? Because hell yeah, I can't understand half of what's being said to me, but I'd love to see it. Fair play to anyone that's bilingual enough to understand what I'm saying. That's genuinely, you know, I respect that a lot. Get down the byline. There we go, Forrest. That's half decent ball and it's half dangerous as well, but doesn't really have the end product we're looking for. Skills. Does well to kind of hack that back across. Carter Vickers. Mark in towards McGregor. There's a kind of full court press for Celtic now at this point. Nice. Roll it. Good. Scales. Still going. Good big man. Here we go. Run it. We've got to keep it simple on the floor, lad. Cross it. What the fuck? Fair enough, I guess. That wasn't an option. The wrong one. But it seems to be the theme. 4 minutes. Come on, boys. I have faith. Not a lot of it. Kind of like fucking Judas at this point. My faith is minimal just because I know you exist. But you just have to fucking go now, man. Like fucking side to side, and is not the smart play here. Get it forward. Pop it in. He pops it in eventually. Oh, Balikwisha, you fucking idiot. How'd you miss that bad? Bruh. Another chance missed. Has to be said. Forrest does absolutely brilliantly to retain the ball there. Stays on his feet, played into space. Negrin goes over the top. Balikwisha might be able to get there and get... Fucking hell, man. He is bad. He just is not playing well at all, man. Like, the header I can sort of get because he was on the way out, but the second touch there, and he really could have done a lot better with that header, actually. It gets caught underneath it. Tries to, like, pop it up for some reason. Not good. Desmond wants Rangers to win the league. It's just one of the... Starting to feel like it a little bit, isn't it? Well, it's flashing here. I didn't see his. I didn't see any message, Phil. Robelia, what a name. Celtic the Teste. We got to fucking go, boys. Eight minutes. Been and done. Motherwell are just going to get another substitution on, probably just to burn any extra minutes they can. Don't know what's happening in the other game. We'll have a little check of this. Let's just bring that up and see what's going on. Motherwell are still one apiece, and they've actually been playing the better football in terms of chance creation, but still all square in that one. I don't think any Rangers fans are going to be too particularly enthused. The football's gone backwards. Portuguese flags. Oh, how you doing? There it is. Just got rid of that person because you've seen it on this. Oh. So you just got back. Yeah. too pissed off, just want to be just want up the road. Yeah, it's definitely one of those for sure. I'm not really sure what to make of this one, to be fully honest with you. I mean, it's a good for streaming numbers, it's nice to see in that sense, but fuck me. What the hell, man? Now they're punting the ball into their own players. Hearts will win the league, I don't think so. Small club. Would disagree. I mean, if you've got people coming in from all over the globe, then that should tell you that we're somewhat international. Let's see where we go. Apparently Falkirk should be beating us. What happened in that game, I guess? Was it just a chance or something? Oh, good press there. Could have been something. Weird times at this club, that is for damn fucking sure, but we can still try it. Have faith. Until there is a reason not to, Tierney. That's mad. Usually I'm like 5th or 6th on the list. Ah, Forrest, you need to bear that big fella, come on. Roll it back and get the fucking pass in. You can't be side to side in this. Not with the danger zone that we've got, man. 90 minutes have been and gone. We need something, anything of fucking note, man. 7 additional minutes, so there is time for us to get a winner, but there is also, in the same aspect, time for Motherwell to surprise us and steal one themselves. We know from last match that we are not particularly convincing when it comes to late stages, but we can occasionally pop up with a surprise goal. But we can't be side to side, and we have to keep going full on press this. And Giles does really well there. Good hold up touch. Nice, that was really good for the Belgian actually. That could have been so nice, but Nygren just overclocks the pass again, man. 6 minutes in the Rangers game. Well, fair enough, it's going to be an interesting end to the match. You can hear the moans of the stadium from out here. Genuinely, I don't blame you for getting out of this shit at all. It's not been good at all. We still have time, like I said, we have to keep fucking pressing. But it's going to be dangerous because the longer that we go into this, the more awkward it's going to be. And let's be honest with you, it's not been fucking good at all. It's a good ball into space. Nygren's done well to hold it up. That's a whipped cross. It's going to go out for a corner. That's okay. Right. I can't really... I mean, set pieces. When's the last time we scored for a fucking set piece? Like against Slovan Bratislava. Like probably against Slovan Bratislava, like fucking last year, right? Apart from the way, hold up. There's a few people saying there's a chance here. I don't know what's happening. Something's going down. We do have a corner kick here. Let's see what's happened. Whipped in. Awkward. Bounces around. Still not fully cleared of it. Could be interesting if we play it back into space here. Do what you need to do, boys. That's a good run into space. That's a good pass by Laguisha. Get it across. Dyson! Oh, I want to stand up and scream, but I can't because my stomach fucking hurts. Get in! Thank you, you beautiful bastard! Oh! Like I said, consummate professional. That's how it's done. Fuck you and your fucking bullshit, man. Good stuff. Dyson with one of the weirdest headers we'll ever fucking see, but I'll tell you what, man. It's deserved. It's deserved, man. Look at that fucking sexual, man. Oh, it's so good. The pass in for Giles. I'll tell you what, by the way. He's been brilliant with that ball into the box. Baliwisha finally picks out the good pass. Doesn't panic. Gets it into space. And there ain't no party like a fucking Dyson party. Good stuff, big fella. It's done now, surely. We just have to hold this out. If you fuck it for here, I'll kill myself. So don't. Thank you, Dyson. I love you, mate. You might be very inconsistent this season, but you're still better than most Celtic players, which tells you how good he is. I love you. Good stuff, man. Now we just need to not absolutely fuck this shit up, and we're good. We'll ball and we'll laugh, and anyone that's been in here and pure Guinness shite for whatever reason, ha 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 ha, Oltre Bresco Patolo, But there you go, blade. That's how we fucking do it, boys. That is how it's done. Also, that could be funny. Whew. I am pleased. I am slightly more at ease now. Ball into the box, clear the way. Fuck's sake, that could have been dangerous. Get there, Balakwisha. Good stuff, fella. Apparently people are saying there's a goal for Rangers. I just checked. Come on. We got 2-0. The guy in the stands doing that, I fucking love that so much. Oh, it's an awkward header done. I still have time. Don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on the edge of this one, just to kind of keep an eye on what's happening. I do feel bad for Motherwell because they have played a very good game, but fuck me, we have deserved this. Craig, thank you for joining us, man. That's very kind of you. Good Dyson. Less good Dyson. No, you wish you didn't leave, but fuck me, was that a tad of luck? Genuinely not. The ball in Fane Giles was gorgeous. That was the thing. Like that little incision pass Fane Giles made that happen. Balakwisha timed his run perfectly and the ball across was clean. You can't really say too much about Maeda's header. It was interesting because it was low to the ground, so he had to kind of throw himself to the floor, but he gets good enough contact and gets it past Ward's like far post basically, which is all we can really ask him to do. It has been a very nerve-wracking game and a lot of shit has been exposed once again. The fact that there's been 3 shots on target and 2 goals, so I'm telling you now, Sinisalo needs to get a start, man. The fuck does he need today? My god, man, I'm just happy. Apparently it's all square full time between Rangers and Falkirk. Do you think when people say to Russell Martin, like, it's luck of the draw, he takes it a bit too literally? He's like, draw? Oh, I can do that. It's like, bro, no offence, you ain't Southampton anymore. You can't afford to be drawing games every 2 fucking minutes. Rangers are literally, I mean, where does that put them now in the table? We'll have a little look once full time's up. We've got about 45 seconds, but this injury will probably add another minute or 2 onto it, so, you know. Catherine from Southwest Ontario, you'll have to see it. Or Atlanta? Are you talking about Atlanta? Ball. Pounded forward, that's good. Header's close and controlled. I guarantee you, if we had a little drop off in viewers now that we've scored, right, I guarantee you that's what's happened. Still funny as hell. Oh, I'll absolutely take the 3 points, man. We managed to get something going. You're at Parkhead right now. You're at the game and you're still in chat. Fair enough, Megan. I do love to see that. Should probably thought the game was at Celtic Park. Traffic will be awful for going home. Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought you meant you were in the stadium. I've got about 5 seconds left on my screen. Forrester not. Oh, they've just blew the whistle there. That's full fucking time. They don't even give them the extra 20 seconds. Good stuff. Rogers goes across and gives, honestly, fair enough to that fucking Askell, because his tactics really made that complicated. But what matters is that we win. Now I need to slowly get my ass up. For anyone that's new here, by the way, I want to clarify that this is a thing that we do. Whenever Celtic win a game, we decide to, get up and yell very loudly. So you're about to hear that. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, Crotails, thank you very much, my guy. You're always donating, that's very kind of you, my guy. Get yourself half a 20 back. Maybe, who knows. I need to wait for YouTube to put that out first. You know what happens here. It's time to yell very loudly. I'm kind of hunched over because I'm still fucking tense in the stomach. But we're doing it anyway. So let's do that. Oh. It's been a while, hasn't it, man? Fuck's sake, nearly a month. Right, for the victory! And for the win. Yes! Yes! Yes. We'll love to see it. Thank you fucking God. Well, I say thank you God. Fuck him. Frank dies in my either. He might as well be God. Japan have a good amount of him, man. He might as well be fucking written into their folklore for years to come. Don't blow a staple. I don't have my staples in anymore, Chief. It's just like, I'll show you, like, I can't really. I can show you the bottom of it just so you can get a rough idea, but it's still kind of patched up for obvious reasons. It's not good. That is the only visual you will ever get of that until it's fully healed. Oh. We'll take it. I just need to do one more thing very quickly. Hold on. Look at that. Right, let's have a look at the table then. Rangers are in 8th. As many points as their places, which is actually kind of surprising. Jesus Christ, 1-5-1. Any Rangers fan that would have expected that. Man. Falkirk managed to get themselves to their 3rd draw of the season, so fair play to them. And Aberdeen are still bottom of the table, but at least they've got a win. Celtic managed to win late though, thank fuck for that. We managed to stay unbeaten, which is a very nice thing, I suppose, and more importantly, it's not fucking 3 draws, so that's more than fucking good enough for me. I'll take that, man. I will absolutely take it. It's that all. Sorry, NK, like I said, I literally can't tense my stomach muscles right now because it hurts. So I can't yell very loudly, to be fully honest. All I can really do is like middle of the ground, like, yeah, look, I can't emphasise, I guess. It's the same old shit for the 5th. No, this is worse than the last few seasons. Got something wrong. Oh, Jesus, man. Jesus Christ, yeah. I hope you're okay, man, because, well, I mean, I'm type 1 diabetic. I can tell you pancreas issues are never fun at all. But I hope you're okay, man. I hope that they get you, I hope that they get you seen to as fast as possible. Trust me, my sister's going through some similar shit right now. Let's have a look at the stats. I mean, yeah, we dominated the shot count. Motherwell, 3 shots on target, 2 goals. Fucking ridiculous for Casper in that sense, man. But, nonetheless, I hope you get well soon, mate. Glad you've been on the mend. We appreciate that, Flash. That's very kind of you, bro. There's possibly a few other Celtic fans that left early. He's now bouncing. You can you can barely hear you all of a sudden. That's what you love to see, though. Anyone that's on that bus, let's fucking go, boys! Let's go! Let's fucking, yes, man. We've fucking actually won a game and more importantly scored more than 1 goal. Fucking incredible. We still conceded 2. That's the problem. Like I said, defensive errors. That was literally the issue for most of this game. The only actual well-worked team goal was the last one. Every other goal besides that was just poor. 2 penalties from bad defensive mistakes from, I mean, Sriracha was the one that gave us away, and it was, oh fuck, I forgot who handballed it for them, but the fella that came out and didn't close himself down in time. Negron's goal came off a weird kind of spillage of play that couldn't really have done too much else. Same with fucking Stamapotoulos' goal, that was horribly pronounced. And then Maeda's goal was the only one that you're like, oh right, that's actually well worked to some degree. Got to get the dugout, that's more than fine, Lindsay. Cheers for joining us in, we do appreciate that. Been here for 2 hours, just want to get the job done and have a nice wee whiskey. Aye, too fucking right now. Love from Mauritius? Fucking hell. That is a country I was not expecting to see. You love to say that, man. Much love to Mauritius, I dish. That's very kind. You hope that we can beat Hearts. Well, that's going to be the next kind of big one for us. Let's have a little... I'll go back to this screen so I can pull up the rest of the fixtures that Celtic have. Because obviously there is the domestic break and play for international football. And I will be covering those games, by the way, if you're curious. I'll be covering Scotland against... well, Scotland's games against you know, I think it's Greece and I'm not sure if it's. I think it's Greece and then Belarus again, right? I'm not honestly too sure. Let me just look that up to confirm because I don't want to sound like a dumbass. Yeah, it's Belarus, isn't it? Right, cool. But we will probably be live to cover these games here, so if you're a fan of Greece or Scotland, then you might as well want to tune in for that one if you want a more interesting take on the commentary and it's not as boring with fucking Rory Hamilton sitting there trying to sound half alright. To anyone in here, all the best for your recoveries. Anyone that's dying or perishing in some form or another, I hope yous are good. If it's mental fatigue, I hope yous are doing alright in that sense. If it's physical fatigue, I hope yous get seen to and are in good health. Things you love to see. Right, well, I suppose that basically covers up all the main things that we need to do. I'm more than happy to get across the line. But the next league game for us isn't for a while. And like I said, I might cover it, I might not. Dundee against Celtic, we'll kind of see what happens closer to the time. Like I said, still have a lot of stuff to do in terms of medicinal appointments and things. So it really just depends on what happens in that sense. But the next game that really matters, the one that we'll be covering, is ironically against Sturm which... I mean, if you're Sturm that's pretty fucking interesting, right? That you're playing back-to-back games against Scottish sides. But Celtic should be able to put some points on the board and push ourselves up into the places we need to be pushed up into. Hiccups, fantastic. Things you love to see. Things you love to see, man. Things you love to see, Flash. Well, if you've got any questions or anything that you want to kind of throw in before we end the stream, you're more than welcome to do so. I think Maeda's just got man of the match there, which is nice to see, and honestly fucking very much deserved, to be quite frankly honest. You know, we absolutely take that to a high halter. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty fucking chuffed, to be quite frankly honest. But yeah, I want to just pull up all the things that I need to pull up here. You just looked at the buffet menu. Green Thai curry. Oh. Good food is good food, man. Should be done at home or another. Ah, well, you deserve the fucking rest, mate. That's the way I'd look at it, Rob. All across this ancient land. Go on. Kira's going to sing the whole fucking song for us through chat. Throughout the test of time, it was music that helped to set us free. The songs of yours and mine. Well, it's not really a fucking song at this point. It's more or less like a half-assed screech of like, ah! Because that was tense. That was very much in the air. Could have gone either way. Motherwell could have held on and won the game 2-1, but thankfully we didn't fucking totally bottle it. Managed to get ourselves back into the game. And unfortunately, for Motherwell, they just couldn't hold on at the end. So I feel a bit for them in that sense. However, it's deserved that Celtic won that game, let's be honest. I think we did just enough to kind of get across the line on the merit of play. When are you doing your next live, mate? I'll pull that up right now. The next one that I will guarantee to be doing will be that one there. Scotland against Greece. So if you're not a Scotland fan, then might not be the one for you. But like I said, I want to kind of cover this because we're actually having a relatively respectable campaign, and like I said, if we beat Greece, then we put ourselves in fucking excellent position to qualify for the World Cup, and more importantly, that game against Belarus in the second end. So if we can get 6 points, we can put ourselves in a very, very solid position and potentially qualify for the World Cup. It's theoretically possible that we could do it in this window, but it would take a lot of things to work out in our favour. But the next league game, like I said, it could be against Dundee. If not, it will be the game against Sturmgrass on the 23rd of October. That's very kind of you, Chris. That's very, very kind of you. I haven't even checked to see how many fucking subscribers we gained, because there was a good amount of people in here, but I just never looked, to be quite frankly honest. I have no idea. I think we gained like 10 or 15. Yeah, I'm pretty much about that. 10 or 15. We'd love to see it. So thank you to anyone that has joined us. That's very, very kind. You watch your games live with the sound off. It must be a bit weird for must be a bit weird if it's like off timing then, because you'll have me like commentating over a whole different part of the game. But you do get some very irritating ones, especially when you're watching the see when you're watching the fucking, especially in like the Champions League games, I don't mind Ali McCoist and all that too much, but when it's Rory Hamilton, he just doesn't sound as enthused. You know how like Martin Tyler towards the end of his like commentary career, well, like even if a beautiful goal was scored, they're just like, oh, that's a goal. Like, I have some fucking passion about it, man. It's probably the only reason people watch me. That's very, very kind of you, Chris. It's probably one of the kind of key sales as well. People feel all over the world like the accent, I suppose, so I suppose that plays into my advantage or not. But, aye. I think at the BBC as well, to be fair, 79 thumbs up. You always kind of set a goal at like 30, so doubling it, plus 19. Pretty fucking solid, man. Agreed. Well, I like McCoist. He's funny at the very, you know what I mean. He's like, what the fuck's happening? Like, he's like an everyone's old granddad. So I don't mind him too much. He's funny as hell, especially with Scotland games, because he is passionate, and you have to love that in some aspects. Like, yeah, sure, might be a Rangers legend, but I like the way he is when it comes to Scotland games. Like, you can tell he clearly gives a shit, so you have to smile at that. You know what I mean? But hopefully we get that kind of going in a few days. That's 4 days for now. Like I said, you can join us if you would like to for that one. That'll be live at, I believe, 8:45, so I'll be live at about 9:30. Yeah, it's 8:45, so that'll be interesting at the very least. And like I said, if you want to, you can go into the Discord link down below, or maybe someone can post it that's one of the moderators if you don't mind. Well, you can join the Discord and there'll be an open VC call that you can join, and usually we have a kind of a list of usuals that join us, who will probably have Gaz and Chateau and of course Flash and that in there as well, but I'll also be joining for like an hour or two just to kind of catch up with everyone to make up for the fact that I've also been out of commission for the past few kind of weeks. So thank you for making the first stream back a bit more interesting. A last minute one was always nice to see, so we can kind of take that and smile in that sense, you know what I mean, quite chuffed. When you look at it on paper, could have been a lot worse, so definitely one of those. Let's just get that up and running, and we'll get ready to bail out and wrap up this stream. Wait. Right, I suppose we should do that. So thank you for watching, thank you for coming along, thank you for taking the time to join us. If you've been here for the whole stream or just a little bit of it, you've been appreciated nonetheless. If you're here hating on us or enjoying the presence of us, you're still appreciated nonetheless as well. If you want to join us for the next one, like I said, you can. That will be on the 9th of October. That will be the game against Greece. Wherever we win, we can put ourselves in a real good position to potentially see Scotland qualify for a World Cup, which would be fucking nice. It would be really nice to see. Been a great Sunday, get the pocket open. Love to see it, Chris. Might not be a drinker myself, mate, but you enjoy. Lee McCulloch was just raved about Shah. To be fair, Lee McCulloch is a fucking interesting one. I do appreciate that as well, Eddie. That's very kind of you. But yeah, the next league game that you'll see us for, that will be on the 19th. So if you want to join us for that, you can. It will depend if I'm awake for that one or not, I'll be honest. But I always hate 12 fucking PM kickoffs, I'll dumb as hell. But if I'm live for it, then I'm live for it. If not, then it will definitely be on the 13th. But for now, you'll see me for the Scotland games. So if you want to join us for those, you can. I think that's basically everything that needs to be covered. So I think we can wrap things up. We do appreciate all the support, all the new faces as well. And it's nice to have some new additions in here. I love to see it. But I think that's everything. So aye, that's it. We go again. See you on the 9th. Hopefully we get some shit relatively good and going. And like I said, this could be a very, very good kind of week for Scottish football in terms of national stuff. So it would be a nice little redeemance for that. I do appreciate that, Liz. And that's exactly what the plan is. Rest up for a few more days, and I'll see you then. But until that point, Celtic are still the best goddamn team on the fucking planet. And I'll see you in the next one, when hopefully Scotland can follow them to some degree. Until then, boys, hail hail and have a good one.